Welcome back, Nerd Squad. The Birds of Prey film is coming up fast, and as it now features Harley as being part of that team, we thought it was about time that we talked about Harley's capacity for playing with others. Despite the fact that Harley was first introduced in the animated series as Joker's girlfriend, her character has grown dramatically since then. She was never meant to be a fully developed character, just a little cameo. But her popularity caused her to also be integrated into the comics and become Joker's famed sidekick. The two have always been portrayed as having a toxic and abusive relationship, with Harley doing just about anything for Mr. J. But over the years her character has changed. Harley found independence in being separate from the Joker, and beyond that she found friendship with their teammates that she would later work with. In this list we'll be taking a closer look at some of those teams and just how important Harley Quinn is to them, as we count down the top 10 teams useless without Harley Quinn. For many things in DC, like the Birds of Prey film, she appears to be the crazy glue that holds many projects together. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Green Lanterns. Before you flip out, let me explain. Harley teams up with the Green Lanterns in the series Harley's Little Black Book. If you haven't checked out the series, by the way, you should, because it is pretty amazing. Anyways, Harley ends up acquiring what she thinks is a Green Lantern ring via eBay, but it turns out to be a merged red and black lantern ring, making her the first ever red and black lantern. This of course makes Harley go kind of crazy evil as the ring possesses her. Hal Jordan shows up to try and stop her when the Ascarians also show up and take the ring from Harley. They knock out Hal and it is up to Harley to save the day. She takes his ring and becomes a Green Lantern. Without her being a Green Lantern on that day, the Green Lanterns would have been useless at saving the planet. The Ascarians would have most likely got their hands on the ring by some other means, and Hal would have likely just been knocked out and fallen to his death without Harley there to save him and save the world. Number 9. Justice League. Once again, before you flip out, let me explain. Despite being a villain, it's no secret that Harley Quinn has had her crushes on members of the League. She's kissed Hal Jordan, pined after the Batman, and has a shrine dedicated to Wonder Woman in her closet. While it is hard for me to argue that the League would be useless without Harley, I would like to offer that she would make an awesome addition to the team. She certainly proved her usefulness to the team in the Justice League vs. Suicide Squad series in issue 4. In this issue we saw Diana and Harley go up against Johnny Sorrow. Sorrow is a villain famed for having a face that when viewed results in death, as it drives the viewer to insanity. As such, Wonder Woman warns Harley Quinn not to look upon his face, but Harley proves this warning is not necessary. She looks Sorrow square in the face and comments that he's cute, and ends up saving Wonder Woman to boot. Wonder Woman later thanks her for doing so. Harley comments that it was nothing and gives her a hug, commenting that once you've looked into one abyss, you've seen them all, in regards to her capacity to look right at Sorrow's uncovered face. Harley also suggests that she and Diana become the new Wonder Twins. Now that is something I'd love to read. Number 8. Secret Six. Harley's run with the Secret Six was a short one, and right after she left the team disbanded for a while. While she wasn't particularly useful in her appearance on the team in the Birds of Prey Volume 1, issue 104 to 108, to me a lot of what is responsible for this is that she just wasn't really firmly cemented in the team. If Harley was really going to be useful to the Secret Six, she needed to have more creative control over tactics. In my opinion, everything went awry for the team simply because they just kind of went for it, trying to muscle their way to success when it came to the Birds of Prey, which is not the best way to deal with them, especially when Oracle is the mastermind behind that team. I would love to see a version of the Secret Six where Harley was at the helm, because I think she could steer these villains toward brilliant success. It's no surprise to me that after one chaotic battle, Harley decided to quit, and later returned to the Suicide Squad. Number 7. Injustice League. Every time the Injustice League has gotten together so far, they've been beaten, and what they just might be missing is a little heart. The problem with the team is that they feel very divided, self-serving. Harley could provide that deranged sweetness that might keep them all fighting together. Even the Injustice League Unlimited team, which was huge, did not seem to have Harley Quinn in attendance. Why? Probably because in 2007 she was off doing her own thing, or working with the Suicide Squad. Though at the end of the Injustice League Unlimited storyline, when Amanda Waller shows up to collect the Justice League's prisoners, Harley was nowhere to be seen among those members Waller had accompanying her. Still, I think part of why this team always fails is because they usually have the self self-serving Lex Luthor heading them with Joker's chaotic-based self in second command. Maybe if we saw some more determined supervillains with broader goals like Poison Ivy or Harley in charge, we'd see a greater success rate with the villainous team. Or maybe not. Who knows with supervillains. Number 6. Birds of Prey. Obviously we are talking about the DCEU here, not the comic book Birds of Prey, where Harley has only been involved with the team in a few issues, like that time she helped the team to save the men of Gotham from a deadly virus. They're of course primarily to help them so that they could help Mr. J, who was also afflicted obviously. Based on what we know of this film so far, it looks like the new spin on the Birds of Prey is that they would not even exist if not for Harley Quinn. I guess Harley is like their new lovable, crazy, and newly single independent version of Oracle? It looks like Harley is at the center of bringing all the women of the team together, through having run-ins with them and wanting to build her own team. I wonder if she'll actually be able to give their name some meaning or not. And I'm also curious as to how Gail Simone feels about this reimagining of the team. The other strange thing is that while Black Mask is a villain with many enemies, he seems to have an obsession for Harley Quinn in the film. Obviously she must have done something wrong to him, but he's a villain who is more well known for his intense feud with Catwoman, not Harley. So I'll be interested to see what Harley has done to him and how it involves bringing together Huntress, Black Canary, Renee Montoya, and Cassandra Cain to get revenge. I'm also interested to see if Black Mask will end up wearing the famous Black Mask built out of his father's coffin or not. Number 5. Gotham City Sirens. Some ladies you can't live with or without. Such seems to be the motto for this villainous trifecta. In truth, the team would be useless without any single member of it, though I would argue that Poison Ivy and Harley also make an effective duo. The three women decided to band together after Poison Ivy saves Catwoman's life, repaying her for the money that Catwoman stole from Hush and then subsequently donated to both her and Harley. These three together betray each other almost as much as they help one another, but truly, they are a magnificent force when they work together. Without one of them, the team simply doesn't work. In fact, the team really falls apart when Harley leaves to go kill Joker as revenge for years of abuse while he is locked up in Arkham. More proof that without Harley as their glue, the betrayals all become too much, and the villainesses all end up just turning on one another. Number 4. Quintets. In the first volume of the Harley Quinn comic series, we see Harley create her own team after Joker gets locked away, and it seems like the pair are taking a break from their relationship, or as she phrases it, seeing other people. Her other people involves her own crew of henchmen that she and her friend Lewis put together. Unfortunately, this ragtag criminal group that Harley leads is comprised exclusively of men. No girl gangs here. Sad face. Lewis is just a friendly former henchman of Joker's that seems happy to help her out, despite the fact that she's thrown a few punches in his direction in the past. Likewise, Buster, another former Joker henchman, is in the same boat. He's the muscle, and Harley has also taken him down before. Same with the other two founding members of the quintets, Nyx and Kennedy. Kennedy is famous for having henched with just about every big bad in Gotham. The last member of her squad, who is also the first, is Lester Wilde, who believes he looks identical to the Joker. But he dies in the first issue that the team is assembled in after falling in love with Harley and getting shot by the police during a mission where Harley gets the squad to help her break out her pet hyenas from the zoo. Without Harley, this team would not have even existed, nor would their adorable uniforms have either. Oh, so cute. Like a cute little bowling team. So cute. Number 3. Suicide Squad. Granted, without Amanda Waller, there is no Suicide Squad, but in this team, Harley really found her independence and her family. While this team allowed her to grow as a character, Harley has really allowed this team to be successful in their series and in the film iteration due to her popularity. In fact, if it weren't for Harley Quinn's appearance in the 2016 film, we would have likely seen even worse reviews come in for it than it already got. And it is currently sitting at 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's pretty low. Fortunately, a lot of that rating comes down pretty much to the minuscule semblance of a plot. But truly, it was Margot Robbie, and better yet Harley Quinn, that came out on top after this film. I would also go on to argue that while the other members of the team are useful and important, none are as useful as Harley Quinn when it comes to selling comics. Case in point, Harley almost always makes the cover of each Suicide Squad issue. Sometimes she's the only Suicide Squad member on the cover of that issue. Number 2. Gang of Harleys. This is maybe one of my favorite groups. So Poison Ivy gave Harley the idea to have a casting call for some hired help in volume 2 of the Harley Quinn series. And you know, I also just really love this series. If you haven't read it, you really need to read this one. Harley and Ivy are both brilliantly written in it. Quinn ends up putting out an ad that gets more responses than she anticipated. She actually allows these ladies to duke it out after narrowing down the potential members of her girl gang with an interview process. She declares she's going to turn off the lights for 2 minutes, and when they come back on, whoever is left is in. This leaves her with 11 successful candidates, one of whom was actually male. Pretty cute, Harvey. Obviously, this team would be useless without Harley, as she is their inspiration. But also, they're all very capable and fantastic on their own. Honestly, DC should make a movie about this gang of Harleys. Number 1. Joker and Harley. The craziest thing about this duo is while Joker is the most iconic Batman villain, and possibly one of the best villains of all time, he has actually over the years almost been surpassed in popularity by his sidekick. Harley has not only surpassed him at times in popularity, but beyond that, she's even accomplished things that Joker could never even dream of. She's managed to fool and capture Batman on multiple occasions, and has almost killed him more than once. In Mad Love, it is Joker who stops her from killing Batman, and he even throws her out of a window for successfully capturing the Bat. Of course, Joker has no desire to kill Batman, he's more interested in corrupting him. The Joker is more of a philosophical villain, while Harley's actions are often based more so in logic. Deranged logic, but logic, even being as unstable as she is. In the comics and the animated series, she is shown to literally outgrow the Joker, and the few times she has left the Joker in the comics, he has always been the one to come after her. He often tells her that she is nothing without him. But to me, this seems like fear talking when it comes to the Joker. I mean, if you read between the lines, it sounds like he might be worried that he is actually nothing without her. Thank you so much for watching, Nerd Squad. I hope you enjoyed this list. How do you like Harley best? Solo, with the Joker, with Ivy, on a team like the Suicide Squad? Let us know in the comments below. And also be sure to let us know what you think of our list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Would you like to see Harley join the Justice League and team up with Wonder Woman? I know I would. We want to know. While you are on your way down there, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and ring our bell so you get all of the nerdy notifications that you've been dreaming of. This is Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you as always to stay nerdy, YouTube.